मास्टर वीडियो गैल्सवर्दी का लेकर के प्रेजेंट हो गया हूं। तो चलिए दोस्तों शुरू करते हैं देर न करते हुए। और अगर पहली बार आप हमारे चैनल को विजिट कर रहे हैं तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिएगा और राइट साइड में बेल आइकन के बटन को प्रेस कर दीजिएगा ताकि हमारी वीडियो सबसे पहले आप तक पहुंच सके। दोस्तों इस वीडियो को एंड तक आप देखिएगा और इसको अगर बार बार रिवीजन करते हैं तो आपको सिलेक्शन से कोई रोक नहीं सकता है। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। गल्सवर्दी मेट हिम इन 1893 एंड कंफर्म ए लाइफ लॉन्ग फ्रेंडशिप विथ हिम, आइडेंटिफाई हिम। किससे? कॉर कौन थे? कॉनरैड। नेक्स्ट वन लेते हैं। द फर्स्ट वॉल्यूम ऑफ गैल्सवर्दी entitled From the Four Winds appeared in 1897 under the pseudonym John St. John. नेक्स्ट लेते हैं। गल्सवर्दीज फर्स्ट नॉवेल वॉज पब्लिश्ड इन 1899। विच नॉवेल? कौन सा नॉवेल था? जोसिलाइन, 1899। I read in a various chamber, practice almost not at all, and dislike my professions thoroughly. Who said? Galsworthy. Born it and you will oblige me. But which does Galsworthy talk here from the four winds में? The first work that earned Galsworthy was the novels Identify It, The Island Fairies. The Island Fairies hold up a picture of the wealthy class ruling over the poor class and fattening on them. The first play that made Galsworthy famous as playwright is The Silver Box. Galsworthy's reputation as a novelist was established by the Forsyte Saga. The Forsyte Saga includes The Man of Property, 1906, in Chancery, 1920 to late 1921, and two interludes. Find the interludes. एक था इंडियन समर ऑफ फोरसाइट टेल्स एंड अवेकनिंग। चलिए डियर फ्रेंड आगे बात करते हैं। Which play of Galsworthy deals with the inadequacy of the administration of justice and the attitude of different types of people towards an escaped prisoner? तो वो क्या था डियर फ्रेंड? वो था escape। चलिए, which play analyzes the impact of modern publicity on private domestic tragedy? The show which play contrasts the fate of various story in hotel, the roof. Literature is its own reward. Who said? Galsworthy। किसने कहा था? Galsworthy ने। The year in which Galsworthy's father died was also the year of the publication of the Island Fairies. Find out the years. 1904. A turning point in the life of Galsworthy came in with the publication of The Man of Property. What did Galsworthy become in 1921? President of P.E. and Club, London. What was confirmed upon Galsworthy in 1929? Order of Merit. The first play of Galsworthy is The Silver Works. चलिए डियर फ्रेंड आगे बात करते हैं। ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों तक शेयर भी करते रहिएगा। चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो सब्सक्राइब भी कर लीजिएगा। Which play of Galsworthy has the theme of the problem of unjust, unfair, and partial treatment out to the poor by the laws governing the society? It clearly shows that there are two laws. One is meant for the rich and another for the poor. The Silver Box. Stripe deals with the conflict between the capitalists and laborers. Jack Barthwick appears in the Silver Box. Poor Jones appears in the Silver Box. In the strike takes place at Trinartha Tin Plat's work. Who is the leader of the laborers in strike? David Robert. In this play, there is a conflict between the old established aristocracy and the loud, uncultured, new rich manufacturing class of London society. Hillcrist and Honorable Honor Blower represent aristocracy and poverty respectively. Which play is it? The Skin Game. Folders appear in Justice, who suffered solitary confinement in Justice Folder. It is a powerful social tragedy. It satirizes the contemporary English system of law and judiciary. Its heroes suffer from the bitter punishment of solitary confinement. Find it out. Justice, 1910 में. The growth of an adolescent girl through emotional conflict into a lover and omen is the theme of joy. चलिए डियर फ्रेंड नेक्स्ट लेते हैं. The class conscious prejudice of an old English baronet family against the marriage between the eldest son of the family and the serving maid is the theme of the eldest son. The heroes of Mr. Galsworthy's drama are the unseen fates of modern existence against which we poor mortal can but pitifully cry out in a moment of desperation and horror. Whose comment is this? ये comment जिसका था, नाम था डियर उनका एलआर ड्राइक निकोल. In the play Joy, a girl who is senior by 3 years, Lovejoy of 17, named the girls Dick Merton. Colin Hope appears in Joy. John Builder is an unimaginative, hot-tempered man, in which play does he appear a family man. In the play The Silver Box, Jack Borthwick steals a woman's sky blue velvet, ध्यान दीजिएगा sky blue velvet silk purse, while John steals a silver cigarette box. कैसा पर्स था? स्काई ब्लू वेलवेट. Who is the police inspector in the silver box? Ishno. Wellwine is an artist in the play The Pigeon. Why don't you recognize once and for all that these people are men like yourselves and want what's good for them just as you want what's good for you bitterly? Your motor cars and champagons, 8 course dinner. Who speak these lines? Harness in strife. It may break the body, but it cannot break the spirit. Get back to London, the men have nothing for a, you says, who says, Roberts in strife. Maybe your God up in London has no time to listen to the working man. I am told he is an wealthy God, but if he listen to what I tell him, he will know more than ever. He learned in कैंगिस्टन्स हु शेड. तो किसने कहा था? रॉबर्ट्स इन स्ट्राइप. चलिए नेक्स्ट वन लेते हैं डियर. नेक्स्ट वन लेते हैं वेटिंग एंड वेटिंग. दैट्स व्हाट ओमेंस हैज टू डू. हु स्पीक्स? मैज इन स्ट्राइप. दैट्स कैपिटल. अ वाइट फेस्ड स्टोनी हर्टेड मॉन्स्टर. हु स्पीक्स? रॉबर्ट्स इन स्ट्राइप. What are not free agent? We are part of a machine. Our only business is to see the company earns as much profit as it self can. Who is the speaker? Wankling in stripe. War is war. Who is the speaker? Anthony in stripe. There can be one master in a house. Where two men meet, the better man will rule. Who is the speaker? Anthony in stripe. चलिए डियर आगे बात करते हैं. मास्टर आर मास्टर, मेन आर मेन. Yield one demand and they will make it six. They are like Oliver Twist asking for more. If I were in their place, I should be the same, but I am not in their place. Who is the speaker? Anthony in stripe. What seems just to one man, sir, is justice to another. Who is the speaker? Edgar in stripe. O Omen dead, and the two best men both broken. Who is the speaker? Arnes in stripe, which play made a great sensation, especially in the parliamentary and official circles, according to Galsworthy. क्या था? जस्टिस 1910 में. जेम्स हाउ, वाल्टर हाउ, रॉबर्ट कॉक्शन, Wister, Cowley, Falder, Ruth Honeywell are the characters that appear in Justice. He is 23 years old, weak-willed young man. Of the nervous temperament, he falls in love with Ruth. For Gay's age check to get money to run away with her and finally gets panels servitude for 3 years. Whose decision is this? Falder. No one will touch him now, never again. He is safe with gentle judges who says caution about folder. A man does not succumb like that in a moment. If he is a clean mind and habits, he is rotten, got the eyes of a man who can't keep his hands off when there's money about. This is a speech of James about Falder. डियर फ्रेंड आगे बात करते हैं लाइफ्स वन लॉन्ग टेम्पटेशन हु सेड गेल्सवर्दी injustice. We live in a highly civilized age, and the sigh of brutal violence disturbs us in a very strange way, even when we have no personal interest in the matter. But when we it inflicted on the women whom we love, what then? Where do these lines appears? Justice. Justice is a machine that, when someone has once given it the starting push, roll on of itself. Where does this line appear? Justice. It's the same with the dogs. If you treat them with kindness, they will do anything for you. But to shut them up alone, it only make them savage. Where do these lines appear? Justice. You can't play fast and lose with mortality and hope to go scot free. If society did not take care of itself, nobody would. The sooner you release that, the better. Where do these lines appear, dear friend? तो जस्टिस की लाइन है, आगे लेते हैं. The heroes of Galsworthy's dramas are unseen facts of modern existence against which we poor mortals can but pitifully cry out in the moment of desperation and honor. Whose comment is this, Nicole? As a painter of the physical universe and of the soul, John Galsworthy is a poet. Whose comment is this, Los Kazamian? Which play is a study in racial pride and social convention, royalties 1922. In which novel does Galsworthy illustrate the breaking down of inhibitions and barriers as the result of the war? Saints progress. Only way to get order, sir, is to bring disorder up with the round turn. Where does this line appear? The pigeon. चलिए डियर आगे बात करते हैं. We have to love because we love loving. Where does these lines appear? A bit of love. The great things about love is that it should know what the other wants at the moment. Where does these lines appear? The root. What is use of all these locked ideas that you cannot live up to? Liberty, equality, democracy. See what comes of fighting for them. Where do these lines appear? Window. How beastly men are to each other. Where does this line appear? Windows. There is nothing that gives more courage than to see the irony of things. Where does this line appear? Pigeon. Education is simply running the lower classes. It unsettles them, and that's the worst for us all. I see an enormous difference in the manner of servant. Where do this line appear? The silver box. The law is what is it is a majestic edifice sheltering all of us, each stone of the which rests on another. Where does these lines appear? Justice. Dear friend, चलिए आगे बात करते हैं. All the money goes to follows who don't know a horse from a haystack. Loyalty comes before everything. A wife's memory is not very good when her husband is in danger. The laws, it are some of the saying from royalties. Galsworthy is scrupulously impartial. He never loads the dice. He diagnoses the disease rather than prescribes a remedy. But underneath the surface detachment burns a vehement pity for the victims of circumstances. Whose comment is this? Lighton Hudson. किसका है? Lighton Hudson. नेक्स्ट लेते हैं, ही इज द रिसिपेंट ऑफ डीएसओ, ही कमिट सुसाइड एंड लीव्स अ लेटर टू कॉल फॉर, हु इज ही, डैंसी, we all cut each other's throats from the best of motives. Where does it appear? Royalties. In royalties, Mabel is the wife of Jancy. Ibsen, who wrote Doll's House, was the predecessor of Galsworthy. He was a Norwegian drama twist. It is not the artist's business to preach. His business is to portray, but portray truly he can't if he devoid of the insight which comes from instinctively sympathy. Galsworthy writes in another save. Let me have no temperament for time being, only from an impersonal point of view. If there be such a things, I am going to get even approximately at the truth. Who said Galsworthy? आइए डियर बात करते हैं. A young woman kills her own illegitimate child to escape social tyranny. This happens in the play Windows. John Anthony is the chairman of the Tree Nartha teen plot work. ध्यान दीजिएगा, क्वेश्चन बनता है यहां से. Galsworthy is the chief exponent of problem plays. Which drama depicts the fight of an idealist against adverse social forces? The mob. Solomon Forsyth, his wife Irene, and old Joe Lyon are the character of the Forsyth saga, who belongs to the realist tradition of Jones and Pinro. This is most important. Who belong to the realist tradition of Jones and Pinro, Galsworthy. Galsworthy's ideas on drama can be found in his collection of essays entitled The Inn of Tranquility, which plays deal with the inadequacy of the administration of justice and the attitude of different types of people toward an escaped prisoner escape. स्ट्राइप की अगर हम बात करें तो स्ट्राइप ड्रामाटाइज क्या करता है? स्ट्राइक गैल्सवर्दी मास्टरपीस क्या है? फोरसाइट सागा. गैल्सवर्दी वाज द सन ऑफ क्या है? लायर. फोरसाइट सागा इज सेड टू बी एन इंग्लिश पैरेलल टू, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, थॉमस मैन्स बर्डेन्स ब्रुक. अवेकनिंग एंड मॉडर्न कॉमेडी आर द वर्ड्स ऑफ किसका है? गैल्सवर्दी. द फर्स्ट एंड द लास्ट, द लिटिल मैन, हाल मार्क डिफेट, द सन एंड पंच, and go from the open of the Galsworthy. These are क्या फ्रेंड? ये जो these are हैं उनका क्या है? शॉर्ट प्ले है. क्या है डियर फ्रेंड? ये उनका शॉर्ट प्ले है. चलिए, इस वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों तक शेयर करिएगा. अगर चैनल को अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिएगा. टीचर बता दें कि ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट आपके लिए ये टॉपिक है, तो प्लीज़ इसे जो बार बार आप रिवीजन करिएगा, क्योंकि इससे ही आपके प्रश्न बनने की प्रबल संभावना है. क्या है? प्रबल संभावना है. तो चलिए, आज के लिए इतना ही. दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे.